Three, two, one. Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. I'm William Brantley, ready to report to you today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days momentarily. I'm from the South Jackson, Tennessee area, better known as Bemis, Tennessee, and I guess I'll go ahead and start with the climate data as usual. We had a much cooler day today than yesterday, as well expected. It wasn't too terrible, but it was still pretty doggone cool. Remember, we had 73 degrees for high yesterday. Today's high turned out to be only 54 degrees, but don't let that fool you. That occurred right at about midnight last night, 12:01 a.m. But the afternoon high was right around, I believe it was right around 50 degrees, I think, during the afternoon. But 54 was the midnight temperature, which will go down as a 24-hour high for today. Today's low temperature is actually occurring right now, 39 degrees. As of 5 p.m., it was 41 degrees, and has already dropped down to 39 degrees. And that's the low for today, like I mentioned. And by midnight tonight, it's expected to drop down to about 36 degrees. If it indeed hits 36 at midnight, that would be the 24-hour low for today. So far, 39 degrees is the low for today so far. Alright, beyond that, I did get a little bit of rain here today. 5/100ths of an inch of rain here in the Bemis area. That will put me at 11.15 for the month. That is not a record wettest for February. I'll get into those details a little later. Well, no, I'll just go ahead and tell you. We had 3.34 inches of rainfall today, 1 year ago, in 2018. It was a wet one last year. 3.34 inches of rain on February the 28th of last year. That put us up to 14.49 inches here in Bemis, and that is the all-time record wettest February so far since 1994, which is when I began keeping rainfall records here in the Bemis area. Alright, just thought I'd pass that along to you right quick like. So 11.15 is a wet one, probably the second wettest on record, but not the wettest. Alright, and at the year we're at 16.90 for the year now, so far. Alright, go ahead and pass that on to you as well. Other than that, the lowest humidity today wasn't very low. Excuse me, 96% was the lowest humidity. And to make sure I'm reading that right, yes, I am. That occurred at 11 a.m. The highest was 89%. Whoa, I got that one backwards. I sure do. Now, make that 76%. I read it wrong. I apologize for that. The lowest humidity would be 76%. The 7 looked like a 9 for a second, but I'm glad I corrected that. 76% at 11 a.m. was the lowest humidity, while the highest would be 89%, and that occurred at 5 p.m. I knew they couldn't overlap each other like that. Alright, the lowest dew point temperature today was 37 degrees at 4 p.m., while the highest would be 43 degrees, and that occurred at 12 a.m. Today's lowest barometric pressure was 30.01. I can't hardly read my own notes tonight. Oh goodness, 30.01 at 2 p.m. and while the highest would be 30.06, and that occurred at 2, 9, and 11 a.m. this morning. Highest wind gust today at the Jackson, Tennessee airport was 18 miles per hour out of the northeast, and it occurred sometime between 12:01 a.m. through about 5 p.m. today. Today's records, boy, here comes some good ones, if you can call it that. Cold ones and warm ones. February 28th, hottest high, 76 degrees. back in 2012. Coldest high would be 33 in 1984. Warmest low would be 62 back in 1955, while the coldest low would be 17 degrees in 2002. Now, one of the big ones is, of course, the rainfall record, which I've already told you. Had a whopper, 3.34 inches in 2018. That became added up to 14.5 inches of rain, which caused us to have the wettest February on record last year. But that 11.15 is not that far away, but it's the second wettest. All right, the other big story, I suppose, would be the snowfall record. Yes, in 2009, we had the second wettest or heaviest snowfall on record for Bemis, with 13 inches of snow. That's right. We had 13 inches of snow here in Bemis in 2009, and it all fell within 9 hours. If I can remember correctly, it started around 3 or 4 p.m. That is a Saturday afternoon back then, and it ended around 1 a.m. that Sunday morning, March the 1st. And it all fell within that time frame, and boy, it did come down heavy. But yes, it was 13 inches back in 2009. Whew, what a difference a few years can make. And boy, was that a scary Saturday back then. I was living on Camellia Drive at that time, which is pretty close to where I'm living at now. Still in the general area of Bemis. And that's how much fell. I just thought I had to talk about that one for a few moments. Alright, beyond that, I believe that's it for the climate data. I actually got something new to show you tonight. I thought I'd go ahead and get onto that too. And I think you'll like it. I know I do. It's in Zulu time, and I hope I get the correct time on that. If I don't, if somebody wants to leave a comment and correct my timing that I suggest, feel free to do so. As I think 0000 Zulu time would be the equivalent to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Jackson, Tennessee. At least I believe it is. Of course, midnight Jackson time would be 0600 Zulu time, AM that is, for Zulu. At least I think that's correct. If I'm not correct on that, please correct me. Well, in the meantime, I'll show you that in just a moment. Let me show you the radar first, showing that there has been some precipitation falling to our south down in Mississippi, real light. Most of the rain is over in East Tennessee and on up in Kentucky and moving eastward away from us. Nothing really headed toward Jackson at the moment. Let me see. That rainfall I had earlier that I mentioned, 0.05 of an inch, I believe it occurred around 5 o'clock this morning. Around that time is when it fell here. Let me branch out just a little bit. I won't have to branch out much because I'm going to be showing you here in a minute. You'll see a lot of this already. The active thunderstorms is well south of us down in southern Mississippi, along the Gulf Coast down near New Orleans. They got pretty good thunderstorms going on down there. And a little bit of light showers trying to pop up in northern Mississippi, but they're moving away from us. Most of the rain's over in East Tennessee, stretching on over into North and South Carolina, on up into Kentucky. There's some snow up there in Ohio mainly Ohio and Indiana. That's moving east-northeast over toward Pennsylvania and on points north of there. Not around here, though. And that's the rest of the country as a real quick glance there. All right, let's go ahead and let me pull that back in so I can take another peek at it in just a minute, just in case I decide to do that. Just a close-up view of Jackson, in Middle Tennessee at least. There you see the small little tiny showers down in Mississippi near the Holly Springs National Park area down there. That's just a few sprinkles, light rain at the most. They're moving off to the east and probably will dissipate shortly. Because rain is basically gone for us here in Jackson for the evening. It's been gone for well over 12 hours now. But no more really coming for the next few days either. Not until Actually, Saturday night is when it's expected again. Let me move on to the satellite picture now. It appears like it's trying to clear out there, but if you look at it real close, you can see some real thin clouds out there, right over West Tennessee and Jackson area. That's what's keeping us cloudy, even though all the other major clouds is already cleared out. We just got stuck in that hanging kind of low clouds that we always get stuck in when we get a little bit of a rain. And there you see stretching all the way over in Arkansas. Let me see if I can pull up Arkansas and see if it clears up west of Little Rock or not. Real quick like. No, not really. The skies aren't expected to clear until around 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So it's basically going to be cloudy to then until we get some good clearing going on here. But it's going to be a few more hours before that happens, I'm afraid. Alright, now let me show you what I wanted to show you a while ago. This is something new. Oh Lord, I won't be able to bring it up like I wanted to. I'm going to have to do it like this. Alright, well, let's see. That's going to kind of block it. Doggone it. It always happens to me when I want to show something kind of cool. And I got to get on the right timing. This is for tonight's, the current surface map. And I don't know how well you can see it. But this is a good map of where the lows and highs are. And a different map. It shows you even where snow is up there in parts of Ohio and Indiana. We just looked at it a moment ago. This is the current surface map. And I'm going to have to do it like I do on Facebook. I have to pretend like you see it as good as I am. Because my window's not going to close properly. And it's not going to let me bring it over either. Never mind, they try to give you all this trouble. Here's the snow out in the northwest part of the country. What's expected. Lows up in Canada. And what it looks like out west. Even a little freezing rain and ice there in Nebraska. And that's tonight's map again. 2 low pressures in southeast Tennessee around Chattanooga, and another down in central Louisiana that helped producing that rain down there that we looked at just a moment ago. And a little bit of touch of snow up there in eastern Iowa. Alright, let me bring it down and show you tomorrow morning's forecast map. That looks like there's going to be a cold front headed our way by tomorrow morning. As you see, going through Arkansas by tomorrow morning. There's some rain to our south and to our east, but most of the rain's going to hold off. I believe it was till what night was that? Saturday night, I think I said. It looks like it might be a little stormy down there toward Louisiana, Mississippi again. That little block area red down there. Might be a little stormy down there. Pretty good size amount of snow is expected up in the northeast part of the country. There in Pennsylvania and New York, you can see the darker blue is heavier snow than where it's expected up in parts of the Great Lakes area. And some more over here in the western part of the country. A lot of heavy rain out in Texas. California. You can see 3 or 4 lows out in that general area. Pretty good heavy snow there in Colorado and northern plain states. And like I said, that darker blue is heavier snow. Kind of getting an idea of where the snow is expected. That's again tomorrow morning's, tomorrow evening weather. Tomorrow evening's weather map. Alright, let's look at Saturday evening's forecast map. I'll get it straight in a second. Saturday evening, Saturday night, to be a better word to put it, I guess. The rain will be approaching here, of course. That's what it's going to become kind of likely here. And it looks like a threat of thunderstorms or possible flooding to our west and parts of Arkansas. There's green pretty much all over the area. A little bit of areas of sleet right through central Missouri there to St. Louis. Snow north of that. pretty good area of snow in the plain states, as you can see, and mixture out west, of course, in different parts of the country, and more snow up in the New England states. A little bit of rain southeast of us as well, as you can see. Alright, that's the new feature that I wanted to show you tonight. I'll show it to you in a loop fashion, right quick like, from tonight through Saturday night. And let me see if I can bring it out so you get a better view of it. As it moves across the country, as you can see from this loop, that the snow's going to miss us here in Jackson and West Tennessee. It's going to go to our north, but our rain's coming in toward Saturday night or so. And it's a pretty good sized area of snow coming in toward the plain states. Alright, just thought I'd show you that for a moment. Alright, now let me move on to the local forecast for right here in Jackson and West Tennessee. Let me turn my camera around so that I can read it to you, and put this back on so I can read it better. And it looks like those are mostly cloudy skies the rest of tonight. Low temperature, like I said, expected near 36 by midnight, which will be the low for today. So far, the low for today been 39 degrees. It's still sitting there. 39 degrees is 6:38 p.m. We'll continue to have north winds at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Will be continue to be mostly cloudy tomorrow till around 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. and then the skies should finally break up and become fair. With the low tomorrow morning near 33 degrees, high tomorrow about 47 degrees, or at least it'll warm up a little bit tomorrow. We'll still have north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour, still be kind of cool. On Saturday, mostly cloudy most of the day, then rain coming in by Saturday night. If I mentioned Sunday night a while ago, I didn't mean to, but Saturday night's when the rain's going to come back in, 90% chance of it. By Saturday night, mostly cloudy during the day on Saturday. Low near 34, high 55, with north winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. I forgot to mention tomorrow the sun will be rising at 6:25 a.m., set at 5:50 p.m. The moon will be rising at 3:24 a.m. tomorrow morning and be setting at 1:31 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. On down into Sunday, it looks like another cloudy, rainy day most of the day. 80% chance of more showers till Sunday night, then just mostly cloudy. Low of 41 and a high of 45, with north winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour. After that, it's going to get clear and cold, freezing cold, for about at least 3 days before it starts warming up a little bit again. Monday, fair skies, low of 17, high of 30, north winds at 10 to 20. Low of Tuesday morning of 17 again, high of 35, northwest winds at 10 to 20, and 24 low by Wednesday morning, March the 6th, mostly clear, high of 42 with northwest winds at 10 to 20. And next Thursday, there's a 40% chance of a few afternoon showers with mostly cloudy skies by Thursday, low of 30, high of 51. And it looks like it will be warming up some toward next weekend, with highs we turn into the lower 60s and lows in the lower 40s by next weekend. And I took a glance at the, you might call it the 30 to 45 day outlook. And it looks like we're going to have a fairly good chance of having some steady highs in the lower 70s even, but we're going to have to wait till the latter half of March before that happens. And then the last 2 weeks of March, we're finally going to get some 80s possible, but we're going to have to wait on into the early part of April before that happens, if the forecast holds up that good, that long out. I thought I'd give you a little hint on that. In other words, no big warm-up anytime soon, but I'll take 60s for highs anytime over highs in the, upper 30s to lower 40s, generally like we've been having or even like today's 54, even though it occurred at midnight. Alright, I guess that's it for tonight. I guess I'll let you go, and I hope you enjoyed my new format there. I'm going to try to hold on to it for a little while, unless something goes wrong with it and all, but more about that later. If it don't work out, then I'll just go back to the other map that I was showing, which is not too bad either. Well, alrighty, well, thanks for watching and viewing and subscribing and commenting, and I hope to talk to you again real soon. Have a good night. God bless.